Hi, my name is Leah Merriweather, and I am a computer science major. This is my presentation on Bernie Sanders, a great leader. This is his childhood. Bernie Sanders was born in 1941. He grew up in Brooklyn. He was raised in a Jewish household. He went to Hebrew school and had a bar mitzvah in 1954. His parents, Elias and Dorothy, both had roots from Poland. The relatives they lost in the Holocaust pushed Bernie to be a political activist at a young age. The knowledge he had of the Holocaust impacted him to be the person that he is today. He described his family to be lower middle class. His brother and him often heard their parents arguing about money. They could not afford large things like rugs or house renovations, but they could afford food. His family got mad at him one time for bringing groceries home. Bernie's first brush with leadership role was when he was his high school track team's captain. He was well respected. His school knew him to be the track team captain. He was also known for being lanky and well reserved. Bernie then went on to leading fundraisers at a school for Korean War orphans. He had a basketball game arranged to aid the Korean War orphans. After that, after high school, he went on to Brooklyn College, and then he transferred to the University of Chicago. The characteristics that Bernie exuded that were of a leader are some of these. Self-management. He is well-tempered and self-aware. He understands himself and others around him. He knows of the consequences of what happens if he doesn't do his best and stay respectable. Authenticity. Bernie Sanders is as authentic as it gets. And I feel that he is authentic because of his consistency. The consistency that he has had since he was a child, fighting for the same things that he does today. And that's not the same you can say for other politicians. And that's why I feel he's authentic. Integrity. The respect he receives from his followers comes from his moral views and stances. His honesty and sense of responsibility is admirable. He also showed determination. Ever since he was a child, he has fought for the same things that he believes is right, and he still fights that same fight today. He does not give up no matter what the society is at. No matter if we're all the way left or all the way right, he's still going to fight for what he believes is right. The style of leadership that Bernie Sanders executed is transformational. He falls into this style because he is known to be quite the charmer. Transformational leadership is supposed to transform people, his followers. It deals with emotions, values, ethics, standards, and long-term goals. He uses his followers' motives and works to satisfy their needs. That's what's transformational about him. His influence that he receives because of this style of leadership is abundant. That's where he gets all of his influence from. If he was a different style of leadership, it would not be as successful as he is today. His visionary leadership motivates his followers to step up. They're not like everybody else. His successful transformational leadership will see their followers perform better than other leaders' followers. Transformational leadership continue. His transformational leadership has a lot to do with the followers that he carries. What makes a transformational leadership are the followers' feedback, the interactions between him and the followers. This leadership style raises the level of consciousness about the followers. Bernie Sanders wants everyone to know more and more about the betterment of themselves, their movement, and society. He has to bring all of those three together. The transformational style also gets followers to transcend their own self-interest for the sake of others. These aspects are part of the process that is transformational leadership. His followers are transformed after having listened to his speeches and seeing the impact that his movement has had on society. Successes and failures. Bernie Sanders has succeeded as a leader, I feel. The quality of Bernie's impact is why I say this. The quality of the impact is extraordinary on his followers. His transformational leadership style is perfectly executed. He brings his leadership to a focus with this style. It's all about the people, his followers. A leadership will succeed when one is authentic, like Bernie, and when the relationship between him and the followers is good. It cannot be strained, or else the leadership will fail. Some failures in Bernie's leadership tenure include losing the Democratic vote in the presidential election. There is also a large number of bills he has failed to pass, but in a leadership sense of him leading, there has not been any scandals that have been made public. No, any sense of derailments that I can see. Accomplishments. Bernie's accomplishments include getting elected 8 times by Vermont to be a representative in the House of Representatives. He was also the 37th mayor of Burlington, Vermont. He is a chair on a number of committees: the Senate Budget Committee and the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee. He passed legislation on the National Program of Cancer Registries, and what that did was it put all the cancer patients on a registry that's shared by all states, and that helps the insights and for us to learn more about cancer. He also passed language in the Affordable Health Care Act. Now what that did was it provided more coverage to people at a lower cost. Now I have my sources. Those are my sources. And this is the end of my presentation. I hope you all have a good day, and I hope you all have learned something from this presentation.